Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a priest hoeing. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with that fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but she luring. And that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, too solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're squirming off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I was stalking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer, what you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, too solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gon' be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
This a Batman tune, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for, I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made, my they feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on One West Main. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's by any little nigga, this that cult need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the best. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that One West up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race that made merchandise out of my abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round, take round, take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth, nigga, cool zone. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sit, hey, with warriors dwell. Be wise with them weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know two things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that mean? Fall on his ass. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Long live one West. Say what? Long live one West. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down.
All right, clap it up. We are the ISUPK, started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the command of General Yahana. And we teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on the true Hebrew Israelites, the white and Dutch chosen. Okay, so this is the Monday Night Law class. We're going to go through what we've got going on in school. We've got Passover coming up, we've got Feast of Purim coming up. A lot of things going on in school right now. Then we'll go straight into tonight's class head-on. Right, so Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we have live classes in the school on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's the Monday Night Law class, the Wednesday night history class, and the Thursday night scripture breakdown class. Tuesday night, we have the Brotherhood class. which is not live in the school. So don't come down and attend. The school will not be open on Friday. The school will not be open for the last one for that class, which is God's holy tongue. If you want to learn the language, tune in again. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. That's right, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. Okay, so all classes are run from 7 till 9 live. Any questions, type them in the stream. On a Saturday morning, we have the Sabbath service live in the school. So-called Black Hispanics, and Native Indians. You're welcome. Anytime the school's open, feast days, classes, come down. You're welcome to ring the number in the stream. Where's the number, Mosa? Officer Mosa? Where can get hold of the number? Yeah, it's outside the school, but if they wanted to online and get it, in ISUPK, you'll get the number. The Birmingham number, UK number, UK Birmingham branch. Okay, so that's how you get in touch with us. The school's open, the doors open, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like I said, Tuesday and Friday, the Brotherhood class, which is Tuesday, and the Friday class is not streamed, not live on the school, but it's streamed live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay, that's what we've got going on. Saturday morning, we've got a Sabbath service. The school's open for that. That's 10 till 11. All classes in the week stream from and taught live in the school from 7 till 9. The Tuesday and Friday, they're all the same stream from 7 till 9. Saturday morning, Sabbath, 10 till 11. Then from 12 till 5, 1 week in Leicester, we've got street camp and then Birmingham. So it's alternative weekends. That's Saturday from 12 till 5, street camp. Any other announcements before we start? We're going to tonight's class. No. Okay, we do have classes as well in Leicester, Mason Road, Ideals Workshops at Peters Estate. But I don't know if we've got class there this weekend. Well, if it's not this weekend, it will be next weekend. But stay posted. Just look out because there might be an announcement this weekend, or certainly, if not this weekend, next weekend. Okay, so that's what we've got going on in school. So without further ado, we'll kickstart tonight's class with the heading, the licensed robbers. Okay, so when we talk about licensed robbers, we're not necessarily talking about the average armed robber, street robber, handbag chain snatcher. We're talking about the hierarchy of this world. The people that own all the franchises, all the largest multi-million-pound companies in the world, and how they feed off of the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You got some black. Let me just fix that one. Is that better? I don't know. Is that any better? Mic check. 1, 2, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. We're gonna start spitting some bars now. Right. So yeah. So the hierarchy of this world, and we're not gonna go into names or naming the hierarchy. I think we know who we're talking about. The main hierarchy is the oppressor. Okay, the so-called white man. Okay, the devil the Bible speaks of. Why? Because everything he does is wicked. That's right. And everything he touches turns to dust. This man can touch gold and turn it to dust. He can touch platinum and turn it to dust. He destroys and uses up all the resources around the world like nobody's business. When you imagine if we had this world back in our reigns also, how we would be distributing and using the oil and the resources. Do you think the dodo bird would have been extinct? Do you think we would have put a hole in the ozone layer? Yes, we're hardened. Yes, we're stiff-necked. Our records tell us that. We already know what we are. But one thing we are not, and that's weak. That's right. We are not a wicked people. We are the most loving people God ever put on this green earth. And that is clear to see because we went through 40 years of captivity and slavery. And we actually still to this day love the people that put us in that slavery and that captivity with all the atrocities that happened to us. Imagine, let's reverse the table and put the cards on the other hand. Put the glove on the other hand. Do you think that we would be forgiven if we had committed all them atrocities for 4 centuries and been as wicked as the so-called as the oppressor was? Because if we'd have been that wicked with them, do you think we'd have been forgiven so quickly? Do you think we could have lied and taught them folly and had them eating out the palms of our hands like we do to them, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today? I don't think so. I do not think so. So tonight's topic, the licensed robbers, the hierarchies of this world. And one of the tools that they use to trick us, to dupe us, to reel us in and lie to us and give us their folly and their events is their fake feast days. And they don't only get us to indulge and fall for their tricks, indulge in their folly and their nonsense. They actually rob us. They're actually robbing you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. How are they doing it? Because they've commercialized their feast days. We've got 7 high holy feast days in our records. Okay, 7 that are lawful, that Moses recorded as law when he came out down from Mount Sinai. And we've got two feast days that are memorials. They don't have to be kept. They're not law. The 7 do. But we keep the 2 memorials because we're righteous. We're a righteous people. We're a holy people. And we do in the ISUPK, the General Yahanna, what the Most High God has told us to do. He wants us to keep these feast days and these memorials. 7 of them are lawful, and 2 of them are in remembrance of times of past, aforetime, times of old, and how great we were as a people. So guess what? We do them in the ISUPK. It's as simple as that. But the so-called oppressor, the hierarchy of this world, he's replaced the feast days in our records, the feast days of the Most High God, for what? For nonsense and for folly. And he's used these fake feast days for what? For revenue. To generate more and more revenue for his riches, while he continues in the back burner to destroy this world, to mash up the ozone layer, to pollute the earth, to extinct certain wildlife, plants, trees. It's not just a dodo bird. How many plants, how many bees, how many tropical and African and Asiatic insects has he destroyed while he's mourning and raping this earth? How much damage has the oppressor really done? And in the meantime, he gets richer and richer and richer through his bank and through his banks, through his media, and through his vain traditions. Something that we have jumped on the bandwagon and followed quite happily, especially in that Christian church and all the denominations that rule this world today. Okay, so the licensed robbers, we know the hierarchy is the licensed robbers. Let's not be delusional any longer. These man-made feasts have absolutely nothing to do with the Most High God, and neither us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Nothing to do with us. So why are we following them? These pagan feast days are solely based on revenue and making the corporations of this world bigger, richer, stronger, and more powerful. Is there any questions before we go any further?
Okay, he said about their teeth to make them rich. It's no mistake that they sell out turkeys or Christmas. No secret that chocolates go mad Valentine's Day, flowers go mad Valentine's Day, hotel bookings, and you can imagine how much money is generated for their business. You know what I mean? Makes sense.
Can't. And what the hell do these fake pagan feast days, these fake holidays that they've given us, what do they have to do with the Most High God or serving the Most High God? What do they have to do with observing our holy convocations? Come on, I mean, what really, look, when you really break it down, and the nitty-gritty of it is, let's give a couple of examples. The three most obvious. We've got a holiday coming up, a fake holiday coming up for Valentine's Day. We've got the two of the biggest ones. There's plenty: Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, Halloween, Independence Day. But I think the two biggest ones, along with the one that we've got coming up, I think next weekend, I think it's on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. It's Christmas and Easter. So let's just for peace sake, let's have a look at the symbols of these fake holidays. What is it? What is the symbol of Christmas?
Tree.
The tree. What the hell? Let's break it down. Let's have a look at the folly in Christmas. So a tree or mistletoe, like the captain said earlier, is symbolic to Christmas. What the hell has a tree got to do with the birth of Christ? Who was born in the Passover period and not December? According to scripture, Nimrod was born this time of the year, not our Lord and our King, Hamashiach Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's right. Christ was born in the Passover period, which is way back in spring, April. So how the hell is it? And we've all, listen, you can go to any Christian house, any Roman Catholic house, any of the Christian denominations, even a Muslim house, on the 25th of December, and you can see a tree fastened, nailed, tacked to the floor, or in a bucket, decked with silver and gold. How the hell is that symbolic? How the hell is that symbolic to our King's day of birth? We're not even allowed, according to the Bible, to celebrate birthdays. And if you don't believe me, go and have a look at Romans 14 and 5. It tells you right there, no day is more important than any other day. And that's just breaking it down in layman's terms. Okay, let's have a look at Easter. What's the symbol of Easter? Bunny rabbits and chocolate eggs. Okay, so according to Christian mythology, Easter is a time of the resurrection. That's recorded in the Bible. The death and the awakening of our King, Hamashiach Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ, when he died for 3 days and then he was resurrected on the 3rd day. So, how the hell does a rabbit and chocolate eggs symbolize the death and the return of our King? That's the symbol of Easter. Are we starting to get this nonsense that we've been fed? Because we've all fell victim to it. And listen, most of my family celebrate Easter. They love Easter. If you go to Jamaica, Afro-Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, they love Easter. They love Easter like they love Christmas. Christians love Easter. It's a time of great passion for them. And some of them know it's a lie, and some of them are bought into the lie. Either way, the symbol of Easter is a bunny rabbit and eggs. That has absolutely nothing to do with the death and the resurrection of our King, according to our records. I mean, come on, Israel, where are we going with this? Now we've got a fake holiday coming up, a fake feast day coming up next weekend called Valentine's Day. We're going to have a look at the history of Valentine's Day and where it comes from, so the listening audience know the nonsensical folly of it. Good technical part.
Not about that much.
It's good, yeah. So,
Yeah, especially so. What's it?
okay, so the history of Valentine's Day. First and foremost, what is the symbol of Valentine's Day? And let's see how perverse and how evil and how wicked the oppressor really is. Because this Valentine's Day is unlike any other of their holidays. There's something deep and dark embedded in Valentine's Day, and we're going to root it out. We're going to find out exactly what it is tonight in class. Through the law, the biblical law, and whether we should be celebrating Valentine's Day or not. There's a dark history to Valentine's Day. Can anybody tell me in class the symbol of Valentine's Day? So we know the symbol of Christmas is a tree. The symbol of Easter is a bunny rabbit that lays chocolate eggs. My God, my 2-year-old daughter wouldn't believe that. If I had one, not that I've got a 10-year-old daughter, but if I had a 2-year-old daughter, I wouldn't allow her to believe that. That bunny rabbits lay chocolate eggs. Come on, man. What is the symbol of Valentine's Day? Can anybody tell? Rabbit. What did you say? Rabbit. A rabbit. No, Valentine's Day. That's
sorry. Valentine's. They have the heart.
Okay, so a heart is part of the symbol. But change the heart. The whole symbol of Valentine's Day is a naked baby, a newborn baby in a diaper, in a napkin, with a heart and a bow and an arrow, like Cupid. Okay, I think the arrow's got a heart on the end of it. So what's significant about Valentine's Day? What does it stand for? Sex, romance, and love. That is the whole theme of Valentine's Day. Okay, sex, romance, and love. It's a time where you're supposed to treat your partner romantically. You take her for dinner or him for dinner. You show them a good time. You show them your love for them, and then physically at the end of the night, you're supposed to go home, go to a hotel, and have sex. That's the whole theme of Valentine's Day. Okay, now if you bear in mind, how the hell are you going to make the symbol of sex, love, and romance a newborn baby? If we did anything like this today, like the captain said, you get locked up for pedophilia.
That's right.
This is a naked baby that's right. With a heart. And how perverted is this man? How perverted are these people? How perverted is the oppressor? Did you have a question? Did you have something?
I've seen that baby with that love heart, but I've seen it in a grave. So how is that classified as being a symbol and a grave with a baby like that? The same arrow, and then it is symbolizing love or sexual.
Oh, like a newborn baby going to war.
Yeah, it's not just like the same thing, the same image, but I've seen it in graveyards. So I don't understand, is love to death or love to life?
The perverseness of the oppressor, and to associate a naked newborn baby with sex, love, and romance, like we said, you'd get locked up for that today. Nowadays, that would be considered an act of pedophilia. You know, taking photos of babies, making images of babies, naked babies, and associating them online with sex or romance or love. That is an act of pedophilia. But this oppressor does it and gets away with it. He's got away with it for centuries. He's got away with it since the time of the Romans. And we're going to have a look at where Valentine's comes from. Another thing I want you to be aware of about Valentine. Yeah? But the Valentine has a color, a symbolic color, that's red. Red is a symbolic because the heart's red. Everything about Valentine, the box of chocolates has red hearts all over it. The cards have got red hearts on them. Okay, red is the color of Valentine's Day. That's the symbolic color. You send roses to your partner. Roses are red. Yes, you can get white roses and yellow roses, but generally the most common rose is a red rose associated with love and romance. Okay, so if you can see where I'm going with this, we've got a child, a naked child that's the symbol of Valentine's Day. And we've got the color red, which is also symbolic to Valentine's Day. But what does red really define and stand for? Is red not the color of anger? Is red not the color of blood shed in war?
Danger.
So danger. So we're associating love and romance with violence and anger. And we're trying to mix. Well, we're not, but the oppressor has mixed the two. And this is how perverted his mindset is, his mentality. He wants to mix romance and love and sex with violence and anger and bloodshed. And you see these things on the battlefield. So in one respect, they want us to give them all our money, spend all our money with their franchises, and buy their chocolates, their phones, their elaborate gifts, cars, holidays to Dubai. They want us to go out and spoil our women and spend all our money on their franchises when they are laughing at us and using symbols that are symbols of really symbols of death and anger and violence.
That's right.
And they want us to believe that these symbols are symbols of love and romance. It's like everything in life. The oppressor, the man that rules this kingdom today, has turned everything upside down and made the truth look like the lie. And he's made the lie look like the truth. This is the truth. That's right. But nobody wants to pick it up and believe it. None of our people do. So the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because they've done such a good job on us, on breaking us spiritually. Yeah, but it's like every walk of life, everything they do in life, they turn the truth, they make the world believe the truth is a lie and their lie is the truth. Oh, anybody got anything to add before we go in? Some precepts.
Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people mourn.
That's right.
Verse 3. Whosoever loveth wisdom.
Slow down. Go back. Read verse 2.
Okay. Proverbs 29 verse 2.
You break this down. It's your.
When the righteous rule, when the righteous are in authority.
When the righteous are in authority, when the righteous are ruling, I'll break it down.
The people rejoice.
The people, the world is a safe haven. When the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians ruled this kingdom, the world was a safer place. It was a safer place for children. It was a safer place for grandma and granddad. It was a safer place for our brothers and sisters.
But when the wicked beareth rule.
What?
But when the wicked beareth rule.
But when the so-called oppressors got his hands on this kingdom, read.
The people mourn.
The dodo bird becomes extinct.
That's right.
We find holes in the ozone layer.
That's right.
We can't walk out of our front doors without breathing in car fumes, factory fumes, pollution. The sea's polluted with oil. It's just greed, they took too much oil out of the sea and had burst pipes, killed the nature in the sea, killed the fish, destroyed the earth. I mean, this earth is in its last days. Let's make no mistake about that. We are living in the last days, and if the oppressor's got anything to do with it, he'll hurry up that process. He'll speed that process up. That's for sure. Read that again.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
When the wicked rule, the people mourn. Why the people mourning? It's like I said, they are tearing this kingdom to shreds. Bit by bit, they are destroying this kingdom. Why would we not be in mourning? War on top of war after war. They have all the nuclear weapons, all the weapons of mass destruction, and nobody else is allowed to even think about making nuclear warhead. Truly, the devil, the Bible speaks of.
I don't-
Proverbs 3:31.
I don't know if this I had a little more weight to
No,
this.
drop that. Give me Proverbs 3:31. Oh, slack it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 4. The king by judgment established the land, but he that receiveth gift overthrow it.
Go ahead. Bring that down, Moses.
So the king, may we establish everything, but the greedy man, the man who would never seem to have enough life, resource, and all the things that come with good things, he never seemed to have enough.
Read that again.
So he steal, he rape, he loot, he plunder, and he just never enough.
Read that again.
Verse 4. The king by judgment established the land, but he that receiveth gift overthroweth it.
Over what?
Overthrow it.
Overthrow it. And there you go. And this is what the oppressor does. Since he's got his hands on this kingdom, he has found so many imaginative ways to tarnish and destroy this kingdom, the Most High's creation. And yes, it was ordained by the Most High God, but that was because we couldn't listen. We couldn't sit down and be obedient for 5 minutes. And this is the end result. But the ones of us that can listen, can hearken, we know that better times are ahead. Okay?
That's right.
There's better times ahead for us. And this is why we do this, because we want our brothers and sisters, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to join us. We want you to come into the UPK and join hands with us and get rid of that tambourine, get rid of them ridiculous Christian hymns, and stop believing in things that are mythology, things that never happened or never took place. We have these records for a reason. Okay? This is the only history the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are ever going to need. Ever going to need. We're never going to need anything more than this. Proverbs 3:31. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so touching on Valentine's Day, let's not forget that Valentine's Day comes from medieval day rituals and Roman sacrifices, where dogs, goats, all kinds of, like we said, imaginative ways of destroying this earth. We're going to find out tonight the rituals of goats and dogs and blood, and slapping each other, running through town, slapping each other with the dead body parts of dogs and goats. That's their feast days. This is where Valentine's Day comes from. Okay? This is what they called sacrifices. While King David and King Solomon and that era and our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, were making goat, lamb, oxen sacrifices at the altar. These idiots, these demons, are slaying dogs and goats and slapping people in the face with the bloody dead parts of the animal carcasses. And this is their rituals. They think that's a sacrifice. A sacrifice to who? That's not sacrifice to the Most High God of the Bible. I don't know what. We're going to find out which God they're making these sacrifices to. But guess what? It's not our God. That's right. It's not the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians God. That's for sure. Proverbs 3:31. Read that.
Go on, Khan. The book of Proverbs 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Read that again.
Proverbs 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Why do we desire and envy the ways of the oppressor? Why do we envy their vain tradition? Why do we want to go and celebrate Valentine's Day? But listen, by the end of this night, and you know where Valentine's Day comes from, you might not want to celebrate it this year or next year or years to come.
That's
We
right.
don't know how many years we've got left to come on this kingdom. This kingdom's washed. This kingdom's finished as we know it. It's over. It's on its way out. We don't know how much time we've got left. But the clock's ticking. And you keep celebrating Valentine's Day at your own peril. Read that again, Bob.
Go on, Khan. Proverbs 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none. Choose a few of his ways.
Choose none of his ways.
Choose Christmas and Easter.
Choose none of his ways.
Choose absolutely nada. None of his ways. That's right. We can't have nothing to do with this guy and his people, the oppressor. We can't celebrate Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. We cannot celebrate Valentine's Day. Why? Because it's not in our records. The Most High God never gave it to us. It's not from the Most High God. So why do we want to indulge and jump? Read that again, Bob.
Go on, Khan. Proverbs 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. None means zilch, zero. Not a couple, or two or three, or just Valentine's Day. I'm going to stop putting up a Christmas tree. I'm going to stop buying the kids Christmas presents. But I'm still going to take the wife and buy chocolates once a year on the 14th of February. No, you will not. Not if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. What you must do is listen to the priests and prophets in the ISUPK.
But you bless the inhabitants of the earth,
like we've had to do. This is your job. This is your duty. You don't have no other duty but to follow our records. That is our duty. If you're a Black man, an Hispanic man, or an indigenous, let's say Hispanic and Native Americans are the indigenous. We can say Black and indigenous because the Hispanics, well, you've got two people, two types of people that live in the part of the world that was colonized by the Spaniards. Okay, you've got the Spanish, which so let's take Mexico for example, or Cuba. You've got a Spanish Mexican, and you've got a native Mexican who's a Native American or an indigenous. Okay, so not all Mexicans in Slovakia will come from the tribe of Issachar. Not some of them are Spanish, some of them are Europeans. Well, there's a large portion of Mexicans that are Hebrew Israelites. Right. So when we talk about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're not talking about Nadal. What's Nadal's first name? Something Nadal, the tennis player. He's Spanish. You cannot call him Hispanic. When we talk about Hispanic, we're talking about indigenous people, Native Americans, indigenous to South and Central America. Okay, and the Caribbean, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans.
That's right.
Are we following this? Do we all get this? Okay. The Bible says, choose absolutely none of his ways, the Spaniard ways. That Spanish man, don't choose none of his ways, his wicked ways. The Caucasian American man, don't choose Trump. I mean, come on, man. If it's a guy we're going to follow. Starmer, the so-called British colonizer, the Romans, the list is endless. Every one of their nations is wicked, and they chose to separate and segregate themselves into smaller nations. They are one people. They are the seed of Esau. And they're nothing more, nothing less. We say Spanish, we say British, we say Ukrainian, we say Romanian, we say Turkish, Italian, German. They're the same people. They're the same damn people. They're not different. They're not from a different bloodline. They don't have different forefathers. Amalek is Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi is Amalek. Khazarians are cavemen. They're all the same. They all crawled out of caves and let us build up their part of the world and take claim to it.
That's right.
Do we all follow this? Any more on Proverbs? Have you read all of 31? Okay, drop that. Give me Leviticus 23:1. Let's go into the law. Leviticus 23:1, Bob Sharp.
Okay.
So just before you read that, so when we think about the British colonizer, the Spanish colonizer, the French, the Portuguese colonizer, do not think to yourself, well, it's not their fault we've got Valentine's Day. They're not the licensed robbers. The Romans gave us Valentine's Day. They're the same damn people. The Romans are no different to the Portuguese.
That's right.
The Romans and the ancient Greeks are no different to the Brits, the modern day Brits and the modern day Germans. They're the same people. They're from the same bloodline and they have the same forefather, and that is Esau. There's no getting away from this. There's no getting out of this. Do we all follow this? Okay, Leviticus 23:1. Let's have a look at the law.
Okay. The book of Leviticus 23:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
The Lord did what?
Spake unto Moses, saying,
So Most High God, our Father who art in heaven, is talking to one of our major prophets of foretime in our history. His name is Moses. We all know who Moses is, really.
Okay. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Do what?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
So Moses is been ordered by the Most High God to go and talk to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
Okay. Concerning the feast of the Lord.
Doing what?
Concerning the feast of the Lord.
Concerning the Passover, the Feast of Purim, the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of First Fruits, unleavened bread, the Sabbath, the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, aka Hanukkah, the Feast of the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Memorial of Blowing Trumpets, our 9 high holy feast days. This is what Moses was ordained to do. He was ordered to go and talk to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Why?
Okay. Which he shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
And this is a law proclaimed to be a holy convocation. 7 of them and 2 memorials. Read.
Okay. Even these are my feast.
Even what?
Even these are my feast.
Even these are my feasts. Read.
Verse 6. 6 days shall work be done.
Okay, go back to verse 1 and read. Is it 1 and 2?
1 and 2. Okay. Leviticus 23:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation. Even these are my feasts.
Even these are my feasts. Okay, so guess what? You see, we have real feast days that are holy and are separate. They are lawful. 7 of them are the law, and 2 are memorials. And guess what? Valentine's Day is not one of them. That's right.
That's right.
Valentine's Day is not a memorial. It's not a lawful feast of holy convocation that was given to the children of Israel. None of our feast days contradict themselves like Valentine's Day. None of our feast days were created to make the Levitical priesthood richer and the other 11 tribes poorer. Think about that just for a minute. Okay, so today, Valentine's Day is used. It's a source of revenue for the hierarchy, for the major franchises in this world. But when we was taught our feast days by the Levites, by the Levitical priesthood, who were always ordained to teach the other 11 tribes the law, statutes, and commandments, to drill it into us weekly, monthly, to encourage us to congregate and keep our holy convocations, our feast days. That was the job of the Levitical priesthood. They wasn't getting rich off of our backs. That shows you how righteous, how different and righteous we are, and separate, holy we are as a people to the oppressor. He uses his fake feast days, his fake holidays, his pagan holidays, just to get richer and richer and richer, to generate more revenue, more revenue, more revenue. But the Levitical priesthood wasn't doing this.
So how much will it go to later? For Christ, at one point, you do that.
Yeah, I'm talking about before Christ.
Let me
Come on. Yeah, I'm going to get there. In the days of Moses and Aaron, the Levitical priesthood's job was to teach us these feast days, to teach us the law, statutes, and commandments, which the 7 of the feast days, 7 of the holy convocations. This is the law. They was ordained to teach us this, and they wasn't getting rich. They wasn't selling bouquets and tablets and headphones and holidays and cars and getting rich off the other 11 tribes. Now, later on, when Christ came about, Christ was sent because we ended up turning that the way of the oppressor. That's right. The Levitical priesthood became wicked like the oppressor and became hypocrites. Okay, but certainly in the days of Moses and Aaron, we were a more righteous people, and even if we was not keeping the law, it was not through the ideology of the oppressor, that wickedness. There was wickedness in all eras, yeah. But in the early days, the Levitical priesthood was not getting rich off of us, of the other 11 tribes, like how the so-called oppressor does today. In Christ's era, they certainly did. And that's why Christ would never get along with these Pharisees.
That's right.
And scribes. But in Moses' day, there was not so many of them. There were fewer of them, because they were all the children of Aaron. So let's not forget that. Any questions in class? That's Leviticus 23:1. This is a law. This is a law that we keep our holy convocations, and we don't keep the pagan fake holidays that the oppressor has given us. That's Valentine's Day. That's Valentine's Day. That's Easter. That's Christmas. That's birthdays, Independence Day, and all the other fake holidays that they've given us. Give me Deuteronomy 18:9, Bob. We're going to have a look at the history of Valentine's Day. Let's just get through this precept. Then we're going to have a look at where Valentine's Day comes from, and we're going to depict it and pick it to pieces.
Deuteronomy 18, verse 9. That's it? The book of Deuteronomy 8, verse 10. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Okay, so what land is this that Moses is talking about? When thou hast cometh into the land that the Most High God giveth thee.
when you were going over to the Canaanites to take their
This is the promised land.
uh,
This is Israel. Okay, read.
don't can. Thou shalt not learn to do after the abomination of those nations.
Okay, so when we reach the promised land after the Egyptian captivity, yeah, after the Egyptian bondage, the Egyptian slavery, the Hamites had us in slavery 430 years. We were ordered not to learn the ways. Read that again. Not to learn the ways of what?
Thou shalt not learn to do after the abomination of the nation.
Okay, we was ordered to behave lawfully. That's right. Not learn the ways of the heathen, the Africans, the Hamites, the Canaanites, and the seed, the sons of Canaan. All the tribes that were living, the Hivites, the Jebusites, the Perizzites, all the, you got any more?
Okay.
No, any more tribes? Hittites, Kurdish, Amorites. Okay, then these were all the sons and the seeds, the tribes that followed Canaan, who would follow his father, whose father was Noah. Do we all follow this?
That's right.
Okay, so we was ordered not to learn the way of these Africans, not to learn the way of these Hamites. So what makes you think that we should learn the ways of the oppressor? 3,500 years later, if we were not allowed to learn the way of the Hamites, the so-called African man, who was throwing their children, their babies, on fires as sacrifices, why should we then be following the oppressors' vain traditions and fake holidays involving the perversion of naked children? Naked children associated with sex and romance. There's not a lot of difference there. Can we see there's a pattern here amongst the heathen? Their spirit, their wicked spirit that they share amongst them. And we know that today's oppressor, the oppressor, has got the wickedest spirit out of all. Every single heathen has a wicked spirit on him. But none is as wicked as the oppressor. He has the wickedest spirit of all of them.
That's right.
Okay, let's have a look at the anything anyone wants to bring out before we go into the history of Valentine's. Okay, Mozart. Pull up that first page I sent you, please. Let's have a look at where Valentine's actually comes from. Okay.
I'm supposed to put it up? Or just
No, just read it. Got it? Valentine's Day has murky origins. We all know what the term murky means, right? Murky means filthy, dirty, cloudy.
which one I'm doing the first?
Valentine's Day has murky origins. Start from there. When you're ready, Mozart, read that one. Tell me when you get there. I'm going to start reading. Yep. Valentine's Day. Scroll to that. Read that.
Valentine's Day has murky origins, blending Roman pagan festivals like Lupercalia, a fertility celebration, the Christian martyrs.
Hold on, it's Lupercalia.
So you pronounce it, my bad.
Yeah, Lupercalia. So read that again from the Bible, Shard one.
Valentine's Day has murky origins, blending Roman pagan festivals like Lupercalia, a fertility celebration with Christian martyrs.
Okay, so what that is saying is Valentine's Day originates from shady beginnings, murky beginnings, where they had a celebration before it was Valentine's Day. It was called they had another fake feast day. You see, Valentine's Day is evolved. It started out as a celebration, as a fake holiday called Lupercalia, where they was making sacrifices as we're going to read on to an fake god, an idol named Faunus. Well, we're going to get his name, yeah. But the emperor at that era, a guy called Claudius II. He brought about Lupercalia, which is a celebration of fertility. Now, what do we associate fertility with?
Sex, eh?
Sex, newborn babies.
Yeah.
Pregnancy, fertile, you like. Okay, read on. Another one.
Calm. Stuck out with Christian martyrs named Valentine.
Okay, so there was martyrs called Valentine. They call in the Roman Catholic Church Saint Valentine. Okay, they was trying to mix and mingle the Lupercalia celebration with these martyrs and their acts, and that came later. Read on.
Khan. Most famously, a priest who secretly married soldiers against Emperor Claudius II's decree.
Okay, so a priest named Saint Valentine in this era, yeah, there was the emperor of the Romans, of the Roman Empire, named Claudius II, who we're going to read about in a minute. He had outlawed, as we're going to learn, he had outlawed all young men from getting married because he wanted his young military men in the field, hungry, starving to kill people, hungry for the death, murder, slaughtering the ops. That's what he wanted. He didn't want young military men going into the battlefield thinking about, I'm going to die today. I'm going to wife, 2 kids, sweetheart. You feel me? Read on.
Khan. Defying himself and being executed on February the 14th, around 270 AD.
Okay, so he was executed on February the 14th. Why? Because he went against the grain. Claudius had outlawed the marriage. He outlawed marriage for these young military men. They were not allowed to get married. So Saint Valentine, who's not a real saint. Well, first of all, let's address this saint his title, Saint Valentine. Without me going into our records, can anybody tell me, because time's really pressing, can anybody tell me what? We can't go into, I can't put a precept if nobody don't get it. This Roman citizen, his name, they call him Saint Valentine. What's a saint?
According to the Bible, it's the Israelite.
Give that hand. According to our records, a saint can only be black, so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian.
That's right.
This was the seed of Esau. This was an oppressor. This was a Roman citizen named, and they named him Saint Valentine. Can you see how problematic that is? Wickedness. They killed up the dodo bird. They're going to carry on trying to confuse the hell out of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Truth becomes a lie. That lie becomes the truth.
That's right.
So they're teaching us that their people, their historians, and their historical people, their historical figures of past past of so-called saints. When we know from our records, you would have had to be so-called black, Hispanic, or native Indian to be a saint. The saints were Israelites. You couldn't have a Greek or a Roman saint.
That's right.
Unless it was 2,000 years ago and you was a slave, a gladiator, a Corinthian, an Ephesian, a Philippian.
That's right.
Lived in one of them ancient Greek cities that had been taken there into slavery by the Romans and later the Macedonians. So if we're not talking about an Israelite, we're talking about a Roman citizen, we're talking about the seed of Esau. So there's the strike on Esau right there, on the oppressor. He's called himself a saint, and he couldn't possibly, this Saint Valentine, or let's not call him Saint Valentine, that's what they call him. Let's just call him who he really is, Valentine. Valentinus was his real name, Valentinus. He was certainly not a saint.
That's right.
He certainly wasn't black, Hispanic, or native.
That's right.
We don't want to show.
God, with later legends adding, he wrote a farewell note from your Valentine to his jailer's daughter.
Okay, so this creep is locked up. He's been locked up. Why has he been locked up, Mozart?
Because he defied the king harder. Get married in soldiers.
Yeah, he
without.
defied the emperor Claudius II's order of no marriages in this era was allowed, not for military men, certainly. And he thought this was unjust. He thought it was unjust. So he was going behind the Roman Empire's back, closed doors, down dark alleyways. And as another thing, they say he's a so-called priest. What's a priest in our records?
A Levite.
A priest is a Levite from the tribe of Levi. It's a Hebrew Israelite. There's no possible chance that a Roman citizen, a seed of Esau, could have been a priest. And you see, remember what was touched on earlier? This wicked ass oppressor has turned the world upside down. The truth now is so hard to believe because they are the priests. We're no longer the priests. And their lie is so easily torn off and bitterly chewed up by the real priests, the real saints who are so-called black, Hispanic, and native Indian. Can you see the wickedness, the depth of the wickedness they've done to this world, this kingdom? They've really done a job, sir. You see how they managed, and they're not even clever. They're not clever, but we're docile. We're living in a docile time where we can't fathom the truth because the level of destruction that's happened to us spiritually is immense. And now their truth is the real truth. Our records is the lie, and their lie has become the truth. You got something more?
Funny enough, you say that because if you check it out, the Levites, which are the real priests of they have never married no man. You see us here? And he put his life on the line to marry two men. And look what is happening in the same Catholic church. The priest, the Catholic man don't want no wife, but him still nambla like a boy. You see the funny thing about it? This is how they always take our heritage and mess it up and make it look what their kingdom anyway. So we expect them. The hurt is given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9 verse 24. And see what are you doing with it? Filthiness.
All right, let me get this up 1 second. A bit more. I want a bit more. No, do you know where he was?
No, I mean, most of that now, but a bit.
Go on then, carry on reading that.
Where is that from? From your Valentines to his jailer's daughter, solidifying it.
Hold on. What page you want?
First,
Go back to the first page.
that's the first page. Same one you're reading.
Where does it look?
Down not after you pass the blue highlighted part, you come down. AD.
That's the one, huh?
AD. When it passed 270
Sorry,
AD.
show
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, come on. Yeah, read on.
Everyone can. From your Valentine's to his jailer's daughter, solidifying its modern association with romantic love through medieval poets and greeting cards.
Okay, so from your Valentine to his jailer's daughter, solidifying its modern association with romantic love through medieval poets and greeting cards. Okay, so that's symbolic to today's event where you send your lover cards, little notes, poems, you write poems for your love, for your other half. Okay, that's more modern. That's from the modern era. That's Valentine's or Lupercalia that's evolved. Yeah, but this guy, Valentine, who they call a saint, was not a saint by any means. He defied Emperor Claudius II. He was marrying people, he was doing bootleg marriages, bootleg and backstreet marriages. He had, in that era, to the Roman Empire, these marriages were unlawful. He was caught and he was put in jail. What do you think this clown started doing while he was in jail? He started writing love letters to the screw's daughter. He started writing love letters to the screw. Can you imagine being black, Hispanic, or Native Indian? Being in jail now, doing 15 years, and having a romantic relationship with one of the screw's daughters. Getting a visit from a screw's daughter. Can you imagine that, other one? Imagine you're in jail now as a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man. And the girl, the woman that's coming up on a prison visit, the screws out of the visit watching you, trying to make sure you don't get no contraband into the jailhouse. Right? And guess who turns up with that said contraband? His daughter. Can you imagine how the screw's picking his jaw up off the floor? This is, and the plot thickens. He got caught. The plot thickens because fake Saint Valentine got caught. And I bet the screw couldn't wait to execute it. What do you think, Mozart? I bet the screw couldn't. What is a screw? A screw is a modern term for
water.
A jail warden, a prison warden. It's just a modern day term on a screw. So let me get the page back open and we'll continue. So, okay, so where was we, Mozart?
Okay, we finish that section, the first section. Greetings card. Pass on the blue highlighted section and come all the way down
to
the
pagan roots of Lupercalia. So just to recap, so this Valentinus guy, he's been arrested for unlawfully doing bootleg marriages behind the Emperor Claudius II's back. He's been doing bootleg marriages, backstreet marriages, unlawful marriages, and he's been caught. He's been arrested in jail. Why is he in jail? He's been caught yet again writing love letters to the screw's daughter. The pagan roots, Lupercalia.
The pagan roots, Lupercalia, fertility festival around mid-February. Ancient Romans celebrate Lupercalia, a fertility rite involving animal sacrifice, goats, dogs, and purifying rituals not initially linked to romance but to cleansing and fertility.
Okay, so before it came Valentine's Day, when it was still the fake holiday called Lupercalia, Lupercalia, okay, around about mid-February, the ancient Romans, okay, these ancient Romans were celebrating Lupercalia, which was a fertility ritual involving animal sacrifices. And like we said earlier, we'd be carrying lamb and goats to the altar and killing them the correct way. Can you imagine how these oppressors were killing these goats and dogs? It wasn't humane. Have you seen the oppressors' modern day slaughterhouses? They inject animals, they shoot animals in their head. The animals are still alive for ages after they're allegedly killed. If you come to the lamb slaughter in Houston, Texas, this coming April, and see the lamb slaughter on the feast of the Passover, executed by the ISUPK under the command of General Yohana, you'll see how a real sacrifice is made, humanely, how an animal is really killed, and how it doesn't suffer. You understand? But can you imagine how these heathen made the animals suffer? And let's read on, because we're going to find out what perverted acts they was committing with these animals and their dead carcasses. Read on, Mosa.
Okay, that's finished. The Christian Connection Saint. Okay. Come to read on to the second page.
Hold on, not initially linked to romance. Okay, so these purifying rituals that these ancient Romans were committing, which they get locked up for today, by the way. But they've got a licensed slaughterhouse where they're doing similar rituals. Okay? Let's have a look at the Christian connection to this pagan Roman fertility festival. Okay, read the Christian connection.
The Christian Connection Saint.
Involving Valentine.
The Christian Connection Saint Valentine's. Martyrdom. The Catholic Church recognized several martyrs named Valentine, but the popular story centers on a priest in 3rd century Rome.
Okay, so 300 AD, the 3rd century, about 250, 260, 270 years after Christ. Okay, what does this say? It says the Roman Catholic Church started to martyr a guy named Valentine. But we know from historical records his real name is Valentinus. Okay, so read on.
Okay. Claudius II ban Claudius II.
Okay, this is the Roman Emperor.
Ban Emperor Claudius II outlaw marriage for young men, believing single men made better soldiers.
Okay, like we spoke about before, like we talked before, Claudius II, the Roman Emperor, he outlawed young military men, soldiers, getting married because he wanted them hungry in the field, not thinking about family life, not thinking about a wife, not thinking about romance, which contradicts the modern day celebration of Valentine, which is all about love, sex, and romance. It's a complete contradiction. Read on.
Come on. Secret weddings. Valentine's defied this by performing marriage in secret, viewing it as unjust.
Okay, so Valentinus, known today as Valentine, was defying Claudius by doing bootleg marriages. Read.
Okay. Execution and legend. For this defiance, he was imprisoned.
So he was arrested by the Roman soldiers. They came through.
Okay. And eventually executed on February the 14th.
Okay, so I wouldn't put it past them that they've changed this date a few times, but according to Wikipedia, the date he was executed was February the 14th. Hence the day that the oppressor celebrates Valentine's Day, February the 14th.
Don't come. Legend say he healed his jailer's daughter and sent her a note signing from your love, Valentine's, before his death, linking him to love and romance.
Okay, so this is how they tried to cancel out the contradiction of Claudius II, who didn't want his soldiers, his young military men, thinking about love and romance in the battlefield and their wives. So they contradicted themselves and cancelled out that belief. That's why you don't learn about the history of Valentine's Day today, because it contradicts itself. Because Valentine was in his jail writing love letters to the screw's daughter. You got something for us, sir?
Oh, to make sense, that's what people say. From your Valentine, he said to his woman, from your Valentine's name.
Okay, let's move on. Read the next piece.
Evolution. The evolution into a romantic holiday.
Evolution into what is going on here? Evolution into a romantic holiday.
Medieval romance, the association with love. The evolution into romantic holiday. Medieval romance, the association with love, grew in the Middle Ages, especially with poets like Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer, connecting the day to birds meeting in early spring. Notes.
Okay,
Wikipedia.
So medieval romance, the association with love grew in the Middle Ages, especially with poets like Geoffrey Chaucer, connecting the day to birds mating in early spring. Okay, so can you see now where the origins of Valentine's Day come? It didn't just come from that Roman fertility ritual and festival. It's a whole lot of perverse things threw into a bag, shaken about, and they pulled out Valentine's Day out of it. Here, they've mixed and mingled a medieval romance, romantic holiday, which is the association with love, which grew in the Middle Ages. This is a different era to the ancient Roman era. This is the Middle Ages, okay? And this guy was a poet called Geoffrey Chaucer, who they connected. He used to write poems about wildlife, birds and spring and new life coming about, certain birds mating. God knows what kind of birds he's talking about. Probably, well, it's medieval time. Probably the same dodo bird they killed off. That's right. You see what I said? You see what I'm saying? They're just a bunch of perverts. They're a bunch of no good, wicked ass perverts. And they take things, they take a bunch of lies, stick them all together, and make it into the truth. Or try to. It's always going to be a lie in the ISUPK and the planet generally. We know better. We know a lot better, but so should our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We don't. Cards and gifts. We're entering into the modern era now of how Valentine's Day has evolved from Lupercalia to evolving into a romantic holiday, mixing it in the Middle Ages with a poet called Geoffrey Chaucer, to the modern era where we take up a girl. Now your girl demands to be taken to Covent Garden for dinner. She won't go off the corners or on T-bones anymore and let you spend £100 on her. She wants to go Covent Garden. She wants £5 spent on her on Valentine's Day now. She wants Moet and Dom Perignon to sit. She wants to sit Dom Perignon and Cristal all through her dinner. Get a life. My God. You got something more, son.
It's imagine, because imagine you got to take the big money here and spend it on an abomination, which is what? Break it up. pay big money, yeah? And when the big cockroach get me. we don't. It's deep cockroach. Ocean's cockroach, lobster, and Crystal and Dom Perignon. I don't even like champagne. But something the Bible says love your wife. Didn't give a date, man. Didn't give a date. Listen, love your wife. 365 is gonna touch you. He's gonna touch your mother. No, but it's true. I'm glad you brought it up. We'll bring it up. Now, since the other one, since the captain's brought it up, let's talk about this before we finish the end. Valentine's Day signifies one day of love. Let's pull Romans 14 and 5 from the bottom chart. Anybody, first together. Romans 14 and 5. Officer Bolsa. Okay, so for one day a year, you're supposed to be romantic to your wife. For one day a year, you're supposed to show your wife love. For one day a year, you're supposed to show your life ultimate intimacy. One day a year? Are you serious? What's wrong with loving your wife 365 days a year? How are you going to replenish this earth, which is a law, if you're only being intimate once a year? If you're only being romantic once a year? If you only love her emotionally, spiritually, physically once a year? My God, you got something more.
Funny enough, yeah, serious now. Look at the situation. The Bible, as other one say, it never give an exact date for you to love your wife. You're supposed to love your wife, as the Most High said, love your wife and your children, right? You love your wife, one day that you feed her the most abominable things you can ever come up with. Cockroach. Yeah, that's the love you have for your wife for the one day,
What's wrong with that T-bones? I want to know what's wrong with that partners and T-bones. That's still £100 meal for the two of them. Why are you taking your girl Common Garden and spending £500?
Red Lobster.
500 quid. That's a lot.
And this is the wickedest thing, yeah? You could beat your wife 365 or 364. You take it, as long as you do Valentine's Day, you're a good man. Then you're a man in the truth now, yeah? And you don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Let your woman go to work. Your friends are like, what? He bought you nothing for Valentine's Day. Nah, he don't love you. Blah, blah, blah. But all their men took them Valentine's Day, bought them cards, and all them men be beating them up, knocking them out. What matters to them is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day matters. Valentine's Day is what proves you love your wife somehow in this world. I don't know, but
So that one day cover up all the beating. All the bumps and black eyes, that one day can make everything right. Feeding her up nice cockroach.
So as time progressed and time passed, we came into the modern era, and there was no more Lupercalia, there was no more ancient Roman rituals. They're still there in the background, burning, simmering, but they've been updated to a more modern era of Valentine's, where I'll bet you there's certain parts of the world, I bet some of these Freemason clans still use the ancient rituals. I'll guarantee that on Valentine's Day. And I wouldn't even like to touch on where they're getting the blood of the animal parts from. Yeah, that's another story, that's another class. But read on that last piece there. But now we're entering into the modern era and how Lupercalia has evolved into and it evolved into the modern day Valentine's Day as we know.
Oh, you want Romans 14 verse 5?
No, finish off this, then get Romans 14 and 5. In fact, just read Romans 14 and 5 first. Just read it.
The book of Romans 14 verse 5.
Now, just before you read this was not a precept, this was not planned. I didn't want Romans 14 and 5. Because we're talking about 364 days and one day being so special, give me Romans 14 and 5.
Go on. The book of
prove that Valentine's Day is nothing to the Most High.
The book of Romans 14 verse 5. One man esteemed one day above another, another estimate every day alike. Let every man be full persuaded in his own mind.
Okay, so you people that celebrate Valentine's, you brothers and sisters that celebrate Valentine's Day, stop going to church and telling your kids and your family members and your friends and your work colleagues you believe in the Most High God. You don't. If you celebrate Valentine's Day, you can't possibly believe in the Most High God. That's right. Romans 14:5 says, "Why are you treating one day any different to another day?" And like the captain said, you're supposed to love your wife 365 days a year. You're not supposed to send her chocolates once a year. You're not supposed to buy her flowers once a year. What's wrong with once a month? What's wrong with once a week? Why can't you show your affection every day? Why can't you show your gratitude to your wife who cooks, cleans, washes your clothes, irons your clothes, braids your hair? She might even scrub your back in the bath. Why can you not show her your gratitude and how much she means to you more than once a year? It's quite sad, really, don't you think, Moses?
It is.
It's quite demonic as well. Cards and gifts. Let's have a look at the modern era. Just finish that last piece off.
Cards and gifts. Okay. Okay.
All right, let me read because you're taking too long. Cards and gifts. We're moving into the modern era. By the 18th century in England, it became popular for couples to exchange flowers, confectionery, and handwritten cards. So this is the evolution of Valentine's Day. It's come from them dirty, murky, filthy, unclean fertility rituals executed by the Roman Empire, the Roman Catholic Church, and it's evolved into a more grounded Christianity belief system of like Christmas. Let's send cards, let's send presents, let's make KFC richer, let's make Foot Locker richer, let's make Virgin Airways, Delta Airways richer, let's make British Airways richer. I mean, I know people that buy £100 gas top-ups for their girl. So they're making British Gas richer. That's a franchise. That's a hierarchy franchise. And it's all done in the name of Satan. That's right. This is not done in the name of the Most High God. But the 9 high holy feast days that we keep in our records, that's done in the name of the Most High God. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget this. Are you at the right page here?
No.
All right, take away.
Okay.
Key takeaway.
Key takeaway.
And just read down to today and then stop.
The day's history is a blend of pagan fertility, writes the martyrdom.
No. The day's history is a blend of pagan fertility rites.
Okay. Key takeaway. The day's history is a blend of pagan fertility rites, the martyrdom of a courageous priest and medieval poet, traditions that transform it into festival of love and today says real simple.
No. Just stop it. Okay, so let me just read that. The day's history is a blend. So the day is talking about how Valentine's Day has evolved. That's come from the Savior to the modern day of sending gifts. Just don't this remind you of something? Christmas, Easter, all their pagan feast days, all their fake holidays are built on revenue, generated revenue, making the richer richer, making the poorer poorer, making use of the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Indians poorer. This is like they are licensed robbers. This is licensed theft. That's right. This is licensed robbery. Okay, so the day's history is a blend of pagan fertility rites, the martyrdom of a courageous priest. That's what they say he is, a courageous priest. He was a pervert who wanted to smash the screw's daughter. That's what he was. He was a pervert. Valentine was a pervert.
Okay.
And he was a criminal.
I think they have homosexual thoughts too. Because he married in 2 men. He's married in 2 months, so he's in the homosexual trade too.
He was married into.
Married in soldiers. Soldiers.
Where's that? No.
Isn't that the same one we're married?
Married.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't marrying things like soldiers. That's a good.
But look what it says.
What this creed is up to.
Claudius say it's better for the man to be single so he can have better soldiers. So who was he marrying?
He was marrying. These soldiers, these military men, had girlfriends back in their 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, and they was going on hungry at the weekends or once every 6 months, and this Valentinus was marrying them to their young girlfriends back in their cities. But they wasn't making anyone aware of it. They was going back to battle, going back to their military camps,
Makes sense.
married, but not telling anybody they was married. But Claudius found out, like the CI5 and the FBI find out. They always find out, the CIA. And that's what happened to him. He got arrested and he faced capital punishment. He was beheaded. Do we all get this? Any questions in class? Let's continue then. Let's finish off this last piece. You still got it up, boys? I think when your screen starts playing up. Okay, so the day's history is a blend of pagan fertility rites. So we've moved again into the modern era. The martyrdom of courageous priests wasn't courageous, we said that. And medieval poetic traditions, that's Geoffrey Chaucer and his poems about spring and birds mating and making love. You'd have thought you might have found something better to make poems about. The birds mating. You see that? It's just one perversion after another. You got something, sir?
Yeah, it's like a mix, like Nimrod's birthday, you Odin, smashed together. I've seen that Valentine's that is it. That's Cadia, fertility, and man.
That's how they put their fake holidays together. It's a mixed match. It's like me and you going to the club with a red hat on, blue jeans, a green top, and white trainers. You wouldn't do it. The top half would be all blue, the bottom half would be all white, or we mix 2 colors, or we'd have all 1 color on. Because we're the real Israelites. We're the God's chosen people, and we are the fashion icons of this world. It's just a mixed match of nonsense on top of nonsense, and that's how they built their fake holidays. Whether it's Christmas, Easter, I mean, come on, only rabbits having chocolate eggs. That's beyond the mismatch. That's beyond the mismatch. That's the embedded confusion.
That's right.
It's notoriously confusing. Come on, man. Goes on. My screen keeps going off. Have you got that? Go on, read the end of it.
Okay. Key takeaway. The day's history is a blend of pagan fertility rites, the martyrdom of a courageous priest, and medieval poetic tradition that transformed it into the festival of love we know today.
There you go. Today, I said so. So that's how Valentine's Day has evolved into what we know it today. You'll take your girl to the most expensive restaurant in the country, in the city. he must buy a Dom Perignon to sit with a £100 lobster, a £50 lobster. She wants diamonds in her dessert. She wants a new Cartier and a holiday to a 5-star hotel in Dubai or Qatar. Are you mad? My girl will get a box food, rice and peas and jerk chicken, and she'll get a trip to Skeg Vegas. And that's not Valentine's Day because I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. But that's why I'm going to show her I love her, and I'll take her there once a week. I don't need one day a year. I don't need one day a year to show my love. You feel me? Right, let's give me Hosea 4:6. Because we are destroyed, we're finished. This is a problem. This is so problematic amongst our people. Give me Hosea 4:6. Then we're gonna have a look at why Valentine's came about. There's a God involved, there's an idol involved. Did we all know that there's an idol involved in Valentine's Day? This celebration was for an idol. And we're going to go to Hosea 4:6. Then we're going to go and read about this idol. It's only a quick 60-second thing.
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
No. Announce what we read.
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou art rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shouldest be no priest to me.
Okay, so this is a precept heavily used in the ISUPK. It's talking about our people. The prophet Hosea has recorded in his era that he was completely and utterly destroyed spiritually. We had no idea who we were. Read that again, Bob.
Okay. Isaiah 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed because we don't know who we are. That's right. We don't know our record. That's right. The Holy Bible. We don't know our holy convocations. But guess what we do know? We know Valentine's Day. That's right. We know Christmas. We know Mother's Day and Father's Day. Read that again, Bob.
Isaiah 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou art rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shouldest be no priest to me. Seeing thou art forgotten the laws of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Okay, and the feast days are laws. The holy convocations are laws, and we forgot them then, like we forgot them now. And Hosea is reminding us of this. Now, this is a precept that's used in many teachings, but it's symbolic to Valentine's Day. Because if you're celebrating Valentine's Day, Hosea is talking to you. That's right. This precept applies to you. That's right. Because you're destroyed. Anyone who celebrates Valentine's Day is truly destroyed. You might as well go and paint yourself white or red or pink. You might as well, because you might as well go and get a blood transfusion and change every last drop of your Israelite blood to one of theirs, because that's how you're behaving and that's how you're conducting yourself. Just like the oppressor. Valentine's Day is a fake holiday. It's not in our records. And if you're celebrating it, it's because you've let that Christian church destroy you. You've let that Islamic mosque destroy you. That's right. That's why you're celebrating Valentine's Day. You got something else. Look at you, you know? Okay, jump to just give me one sec. I want to touch on this idol. this idol, which is what Valentine's Day is celebrated in the name of this idol, this fake god. And he's a fake Roman god named Faunus. Read that for me, Bob. That's it. Faunus. The fourth page that I sent you.
Okay, let me get back here. Okay,
Please come, Bob.
Faunus.
Faunus. You got it?
Faunus is the ancient Roman god of the forest, plants, and fields.
Faunus is the ancient Roman god of forest, plains. Forest, plains.
Come on. Faunus is the ancient Roman god of the forests, plains, and fields, acting as guardians of agriculture, flocks, and rustic life.
Rustic life. So Faunus is an idol. We all get this. He's a god. He's a Roman god. He's an ancient Roman god that this fertility festival called Lupercalia was named it was celebrated in his name. It was for him. The sacrifices of dogs and goats were for him. But as we read in one of the other pages, the history of Lupercalia, which became the modern day Valentine's Day, they was sacrificing dogs and goats, cutting off strips of the body parts of these dead animals, and chasing people around town and slapping them in the face with live blood. Now that we know the cleanly laws we know the hygiene laws and the cleanly laws in our records. Okay, so we cannot. And let me tell you something, yeah. If you walk through a cemetery, how long are you unclean for? You're unclean for 7 days. These idiots were slapping each other with dog's blood and goat's blood. And that's a sacrifice to the Most High God, not the Most High God of Israel.
That's right.
They were, I can't curse, can I? No. They were bees. They were filthy bees. Filthy B-A-N-T. They were filthy bastards. I didn't want to say that on YouTube, but that's exactly what they were.
Khan.
They were filthy as hell. Read that again from the top of the show.
Karawan Khan. Faunus is the ancient Roman god of the forest plants. Forest plains and fields, acting as guardian of agriculture, flocks, and rustic life. He was one of the oldest Roman deity, part of the Indigates, and was often equated with the Greek god Pan.
So this Faunus, a Roman god, was associated and equated with the Greek god Pan. Here are the key details regarding the Roman god Faunus. Deity of the wild. He was believed to inhabit the woods and forests with the mysterious sounds of the forest regarded as his voice. Okay, this coincides with the poet George Chaucer, whatever his name was, George Chaucer, and his poems about birds mating and love mating, and they've entwined that and entangled it. Okay, fertility and protection, which we know came from what celebration? Anybody? Lupercalia. Listen to this. Fertility and protection. He was a protector of shepherds and their flocks. That's a joke because the only shepherds were what?
Israelites.
He was a protector of shepherds and their flocks. He wasn't protecting us. He was a devil. He was the devil the Bible speaks of. He was a goddamn demon, often worshipped to ensure the fertility of livestock when acting in this role to make cattle fertile. He was sometimes referred to as Inus. Okay, now I don't know what Inus means, but this was Faunus. This was a folly god, a fake idol that they entangled with Valentine's Day. The very meaning of Valentine's Day, which came from Lupercalia, okay, that was a celebration, and all the sacrifices were made to this idol for us. So get me Proverbs 13 and 11, Bob. Sure.
So that you social pan. That's the family. Peter family, not sure.
The same one, I'm sure. Most likely, sir. Most likely. I'm not 100 on them. Okay, Proverbs 13 and 11.
Come on, Khan. The book of Proverbs 13, verse 11. Well gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
Read that again, Bob, sure.
Proverbs 13, verse 11. Well gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
And there you go. He that gather by labor shall increase. So the licensed robbers use their fake feast days to become financially empowered. Do we all understand this? Valentine's Day has absolutely nothing to do with love or serving the Most High God. We've said this already. I'm going to say it again. How the hell can killing a goat and a dog and slapping a man with the blood of that goat and dog and his dead body parts in the face, or a woman or a child, have anything to do with the God of Israel? Have anything to do with the God of our records, the Most High God of the Bible? Absolute nonsense. It's a demonic ritual. And that's the history of Valentine's Day. That's the vanity, the profaneness of Valentine's Day. It is filthy and it is dirty as hell. Give me Romans 13 and 10, Bob. Sure.
Okay. The book of Romans 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill.
Love what?
Love worketh no ill.
Okay, love worketh no ill. Read.
To his neighbor.
To his neighbor.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Okay, so love is keeping the law. That's right. According to the Apostle Paul. Love maketh what?
No ill. Okay. Love maketh no ill to his neighbors. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
And there you go. Love is keeping the law of the Most High God, not celebrating and sending flowers or chocolates to your wife. That doesn't constitute love. Taking a girl to Covent Garden and buying a £500 bottle of Dom Perignon. That doesn't constitute love. We know what love is. Why do we know what the definition of love is? Because we have our records. That's right. Read that again, Bob.
Can. Verse 10. Love worketh no evil to his neighbors. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Love is the fulfilling of the law, not sending flowers and chocolates, not taking a girl to the most expensive restaurant in town and buying her champagne and breaking yourself, killing your pocket, putting holes in your pocket to keep her happy once a year. What's wrong with the essence of true love? Keeping the law, honoring your wife every day. That's the law. Showing your wife she means something to you every day of the year, not just once a year. So in essence, you only show your wife love once a year. Bizarre. That's just bizarre to me. It makes no sense. Give me John 14 and 21, Bob. These last 14, 21 times, so with 4 minutes over.
Okay. John 14, verse 21. He that hath my commandment and keep them, he is that loveth me.
Okay, so who's this speaking? This is Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ. This is red writing. Christ said, he that hath my commandment
He that hath my
But
command.
what did Christ come to do? Teach us the law properly. That's what Christ's job was. That was what he was ordained to do. And that's why the scribes and the Pharisees hated him so vigorously. Read that again from the top of the show.
Come on, Khan. John 14, verse 21. He that hath my commandment and keep them, it is that love me.
This is love, not Valentine's Day, not sending chocolates and cards and poems. Read.
And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father.
So if you keep the commandments and love Christ, God is going to love you.
That's right.
According to Christ. And who would know better than the Alpha and Omega? Who would know better than Adam and Christ? Who would know better than the first and the last? Read on.
And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
There you go. 21.
Khan.
And I will love him and will manifest myself to him. And these are the words of Christ. You keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You stop celebrating these fake holidays, these fake feast days. You put down Valentine's next week. Right. Don't take your wife out nowhere. You get yourself down to the school and prep yourself for the Feast of Purim, which is coming up. And that is keeping the law. That is love. That's real love. Not Valentine's Day, not sending chocolates to your partner. Last one, Colossians 2 and 8, and we're done. The book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8.
Colossians 2, verse 8. The book of Colossians 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophies.
Do what? Read that again.
Beware lest.
Beware, be very cautious. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Don't be so easily duped and tricked. Read.
Lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit.
You're watching TV, seeing Valentine's Day commercials, being tempted all the time to follow the oppressor and his philosophies and his vain deceit. Read.
After the traditions of men, after the rudiments, after the rudiments,
After the what?
Rudiments.
What's the rudiment?
The same traditions and the way.
Materials. What is his materials?
This shit makes money up.
He's a robber, a licensed robber. The things he makes money off, his Moet, his Dom Perignon, his trips to Dubai. Just for a weekend to show your girl you love her for Valentine's Day. What, like the captain said earlier, what happened to you? It's 364 days of the year. Can you see how backward this is? Celebrating Valentine's Day. And like even Wikipedia said, it's a time of murkiness. It's a murky time, it's a filthy time. Read that again, Bible show all the way through.
Good one, Khan. Colossians 2 verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
And not after who?
After Christ.
And not after Hamashiach. And we've just read in John 14 and 21, if you keep the commandments, you love Christ. That is the definition of love. And if you love Christ and keep the commandments, who's going to love you and favor you? The Most High God. The God of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And it's reiterated here in Colossians 2 and 8. Okay? Forget about these rudiments of the world. They are not after Christ. Okay, so the rudiments meaning the materials of this world. These things, these elements and components that the oppressor uses to dupe us, to trick us, to rope us into their fake holidays like Valentine's Day, which is filthy as hell according to our records. This world is just gone to the dogs. It's finished. thinking about buying your girl a box of chocolates on Valentine's, but she don't want them chocolates. What does your girl want? She wants a trip to Dubai. She wants a bottle of Dom Perignon. Her mindset is on receiving a diamond ring. That's what she wants. Every year it's going to get worse and worse. Why? Because Valentine's is wicked as hell. Valentine's Day is wicked as hell. There's nothing righteous about it. It's not in our record.
That's right.
You think your girl's going to be happy next year with what you bought her this year? You took her to Kenya and bought her a box of chocolates and a new Chanel watch. Next year, that watch better be Cartier, or she don't want it. And with that, I'm going to call it class. I'm going to hand the class over to Officer Mozart for security announcements. All the time. Yeah, don't worry. With the captain said not the security announcements. Just call it up.
Man of Israel, I'm Adiam. I'm Adiam Shabbat. I'm Adiam Barak. Yazamata. Class dismissed.